Hi everyone, welcome to my channel International Storyteller. In this channel you will find true horror stories worldwide. These stories are for entertainment purposes only. In this video, I will tell you the story of the Devil's Tower, which is a mysterious Gothic stone tower that is believed to be one of the most haunted places in New Jersey. New Jersey is a state of the United States of America, located in the northeastern section along the coast of the Atlantic Ocean. The big stone tower stands in the town of Alpine, New Jersey. Before all the houses that were built around the stone tower, there was just a road that cut through the woods. Now, the tower stands at the center of the road system separating the front and back of the estate in Alpine. People claim that the tower was haunted by an unseen supernatural power. Many people reported hearing loud, strange noises coming out from inside the tower. The noise sounded almost like creaky steps, but they have no idea what it actually was. Others saw a shadowy female figure standing in the tower's windows. At night, people reported seeing the ghostly figure of a woman jumping from the tower. They could also heard a loud screaming female voice, as if she were jumping down from the tower. Why is this beautiful tall stone tower called the Devil's Tower, and what is the story behind it? In order to know this, let us hear the true haunted story of the Devil's Tower. In 1910, architect Charles Rawlinson Lamb built the stone tower. He built the stone tower for a sugar plantation owner named Manuel Rianda. The tower has 6 stories and a height of 100 feet. There was also an elevator inside the tower. Before it received the name Devil's Tower, it was formerly known as Rio Vista. The tower was connected to Manuel Rianda's home by an underground tunnel. He built the tower and dedicated it to his loving wife, Harriet Rianda. He built the tower for his wife, Harriet Rianda, so that she could look out over the New York City skyline. One day, his wife was looking out of the tall tower when she saw Manuel Rianda with another woman. She was so upset to discover that her husband was cheating on her. As a result of that, she immediately jumped off the tower and died. Manuel Rianda buried her wife's dead body nearby the tower. After Harriet was dead, strange things started to occur in the tower. Many people started seeing strange black clouds appear in the surroundings of the tower and then vanish a few moments later. Those who went inside the tower have said that they have been pushed by unseen forces. Others have reported strange noises coming out of the tower. They also started smelling perfume out of nowhere, and that perfume smell is similar to the perfume used by Harriet. On the other hand, Manuel was heartbroken and tormented with guilt. He built the tower for his wife, and now his wife is dead. He thought the tower was useless after his wife died and wanted to demolish it. He told the worker to tear down the tower from the top, but it didn't go as planned, because several workers mysteriously fell down from the tower to their deaths. Manuel Rianda never succeeded in demolishing the tower. So he locked up the tower and filled in the tunnel connecting his home to the tower. He even removed the elevator leading to the top of the tower, indicating that nobody will ever go up to the tower again. Then he just moved away from that place and never returned. Since then, Harriet's ghostly spirit has been seen as a shadowy figure in the windows of the tower. Many people who went near that place witnessed hearing strange noises from that abandoned stone tower, while others claimed that they could hear the screams of a woman as if she were jumping from the tower to the ground. Many believe that it was the spirit of Harriet that haunted the stone tower. Many people also reported encountering sudden appearances of mysterious fog coming out of nowhere. In the 1970s, the entire estate where the stone tower stood was mostly just woodland. At that time, some satanic members heard the haunting of the stone tower. So they broke into the tower and used it for evil rituals. Those satanic members sacrifice animals to perform evil rituals. It is reported that during an evil ritual, some tragedy happened in the Devil's Tower. The satanic group didn't complete their evil ritual and left the place. They also left many drawings of satanic words and symbols on the inside wall of the tower. After knowing this, people started to call the tower by its newly official name, the Devil's Tower. A few years later, local people were planning to demolish the tower. But the authority eventually stopped it after several workers died falling down in an attempt to destroy the tower. Those workers who are also involved in demolishing the building started to quickly die off in mysterious and painful ways. Because of such incident, they locked the gate of the Devil Tower. The doors and windows have also been sealed, allowing no one to go inside the tower. Local people believed that this tower was cursed. They said that if someone drove or walked backwards around the tower 6 times at midnight, the devil would suddenly appear in front of them. If that happens, there will be some accident, bad luck, or someone dead. There are many scary incidents that happen at the Devil Tower. The first story happened to a group of teens who disbelieved the curse of the Devil Tower. On one night, they visited the Devil Tower and drove the car around the tower in a reverse direction. Nothing happens until the 3rd circle, but when they are about to complete the 4th circle, the headlight of the car starts flickering. Though they still continue the circle in the reverse direction around the tower. But when they completed the 6th round, something controlled their car and hit it into a tree, killing a girl. A few years later, some people also tried to walk around the tower in reverse order at night. But after 4 or 5 circles, they started hearing banging on the windows of the tower, as well as the screaming sound of a lady coming out of the tower. After such an incident, they got scared and immediately stopped the circle before reaching the 6th round. The next scary incident happened around the year 2000. Some friends heard the stories of the Devil Tower and wanted to visit it. At first, they weren't scared of the Devil Tower and thought it was a joke. So one night they went to visit the Devil Tower using a car. After reaching there, one friend among the group purposely walked off quietly to scare the rest of them. But half an hour had passed, he had never returned. So all the friends had to search the area to find him. After hours of searching, they came across a pond and saw their missing friend just standing alone there. Then, all of a sudden, a loud screaming voice came out of the tower. After that, tons of crows started to fly in the sky above them. They all got scared, took their friend back to the car, and returned home immediately. But the friend who went missing looked very frightened while he was sitting inside the car. When they asked what had happened to him, he was silent and never spoke a word. It looks like he had seen something scary while he was gone missing and was truly scared of that. So his friends came to realize that when they reached the Devil Tower, he did not walk off from the rest of the group to scare them. It was like some supernatural forces drew him away from the group and to that place near the pond. After knowing this, all the friends were very scared and promised never to go back to the Devil Tower again. Another scary incident happened to a girl who went to visit the Devil Tower with her friends. A few years ago, maybe around 2016, a girl and her friends visited the Devil's Tower at night. She, along with her friends, wanted to check out whether the tower was really haunted or not. After reaching there, she started to drive around the tower in a backward direction. While the rest of her friends stood there looking at the tower, waiting for something to happen. After she immediately completed driving 6 times around the tower, suddenly there was fog coming out from nowhere. They also started hearing strange loud screaming noises, and the lights in the gate area of the tower switched on and off. At that moment, all of them got very scared. The girl told her friends who were standing outside to come inside the car as fast as possible. Then she immediately drove away from that place. As she drove the car, the front light of the car started blinking, and the wind continued to blow heavily from the tower towards their car. While driving, the girl looked at the side glass mirror and saw a white figure in the top window of the tower, and a moment later it moved to the 2nd floor. Then the ghostly figure bent out from the 2nd window and looked down at them. She continued to quickly drive away from the place with the blinking light of the car. At that moment, the girl's cell phone started to beep. When she checked it, the call was from her home phone, but the voice was distorted, and she could not hear it properly. The voice sounded like a young girl giving a warning of some sort to her. After hearing that, she was freaked out and stopped at a restaurant called The Diner that was located at the corner of East Palisade Avenue. She wanted to go inside the restaurant and discuss with her friends about what she saw at the Devil Tower. The girl and her friends got out of the car and were standing around in circle. At that moment, her cell phone started to ring again. She looked at the phone and noticed that the call had come from another one of their friends who was standing right next to her. Here, the more striking thing is that her friend, who was standing right next to her, had not made any phone calls to her. The last scary incident in the Devil Tower happened not very long ago. The story goes that some members of a strange satanic group became obsessed with the Devil's Tower. They gathered in the Devil Tower at night to hold black mass and worship the devil. They also carried out bloody rituals in which they would sacrifice animals in honor of the devil. During the day, children who lived in the area would find the horrifying remains of dead animal skulls. The leader of the satanic group planned a very special sacrifice in the Devil Tower on the Halloween night. He wanted his followers to murder an innocent young girl and offer her soul to the devil. So, on the following Halloween day, the evil satanic members kidnapped a local high school girl named Laura, who was returning from school. That Halloween night, while children went from one house to another, collecting candy, the police also went from house to another, asking if anyone had seen Laura. Nobody knew what had happened to Laura. Her parents were worried, and they couldn't find any trace of her. The next morning, some people who were passing by near the Devil's Tower saw a horrible scene inside the Devil's Tower. They saw the inside walls of the Devil Tower splattered with blood and satanic symbols. There, they found a dead, mutilated body lying on the floor. Immediately, the police came to the scene. The police were able to identify that it was the dead body of the missing high school girl, Laura, with her hands and body parts cut in pieces. The police searched everywhere for the satanic members, but they were nowhere to be found. Ever since that day, on every Halloween night, people claimed to have seen the frightening ghostly figure of a young girl standing at the gate of the Devil Tower and begging for someone to save her.